Day 19, 23,825 verses left. So we heard on day 18 how horrific the book of Judges is, and as you'll see, it just gets worse. Samson, who we heard about yesterday, was able to defeat all those guys because when he was born, he was dedicated to God and God gave him superhuman strength. I am on my way, I can go the distance. Oh, sorry, wrong story, I'm getting confused. But the deal is, to keep his superhuman strength, he should never cut his hair. Now, his enemies, the Philistines, don't know this, but they don't like getting their butts kicked, and so they draft in his mistress Delilah, and they give her loads of money to find out the secret of why he's so strong. Why, Delilah? Sorry, I keep getting distracted. She asks him repeatedly, and he lies to her the first few times, but eventually he tells her the truth. So she puts him to sleep on her lap, calls in the Philistines, and they... Please don't lose my strength. Please don't lose my... After that, it does not go well for Samson. They blind him, they turn him into a slave, and the only reason it all comes to an end is because God gives him his strength back one more time, and he kills 3,000 Philistines at one go in the temple of their god Dagon. Oh, thank goodness we're getting to the end of Judges. Guys, I cannot even describe to you the end of the book of Judges. It is horrific. Suffice to say, terrible things happen, and a whole tribe of Israel nearly get completely wiped out, and the refrain at the end of Judges is, at that time, Israel had no king, and everybody did what was right in their own eyes. So Judges ends up being the horror story of what happens when the whole nation abandons God. Need a bit of light relief? Cue the book of Ruth! After all that abuse and violence and oppression and kidnapping, it's a breath of fresh air. Kindness, honour, respect, integrity, dignity, diligence, it's so good! And you remember the family of the unsandaled from day 15? Well, it turns out it is quite a big deal because it's the only way to make things legally legitimate. The other thing is that right at the end of the book of Ruth, we get introduced to David, who was kind of a big deal. As we get into the book of 1 Samuel, God really begins to turn the tide. Tune in tomorrow for Golden Rats and the first ever king of Israel. Just can't wait to be king.